Good morning. This is Paula at the Giodone Library, and this is STEAM Stories. And today I'm going to show you how to make butter. But first, I want to read you a story called In November, which is appropriate because we are in November. And this is by Cynthia Rylant, illustrated by Jill Kastner. And I'd like to thank Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, publishers, for allowing me to read In November. In November, the earth is growing quiet. It is making its bed, a winter bed for flowers and small creatures. The bed is white and silent, and much life can hide beneath its blanket. In November, the trees are sanding all stick and bones. Without their leaves, how lovely they are, spreading their arms like dancers. They know it is time to be still. In November, some birds move away and some birds stay. The air is full of goodbyes and well wishes. The birds who are leaving look very serious. No silly spring chirping now. They have long journeys and must watch where they are going. The staying birds are serious too, for cold times lie ahead, hard times. All berries will be treasures. In November, animals sleep more. The air is chilly and they shiver. Cats pile up in corners of barns. Mice pile up under logs. Bees pile up in deep, earthy holes. And dogs lie beside the fire. In November, the smell of food is different. It's an orange smell, a squash and pumpkin smell. It tastes like cinnamon and can fill up a house in the morning, can pull everyone from their bed in a fog. Food is better in November than any other time of the year. In November, people are good to each other. They carry pies to each other's homes and talk by crackling wood stoves, sipping mellow cider. They travel very far on a special November day just to share a meal with one another and to give thanks for their many blessings, for the food on their tables and the babies in their arms. And then they travel back home again. In November, at winter's gate, the stars are brittle. The sun is a sometime friend, and the world has tucked her children in with a kiss on their heads till spring. And of course, that was Thanksgiving that they all gathered for, right? And then they go back to their homes. So I'm going to show you how to make butter today that you might be able to make on Thanksgiving and put on your crescent rolls or anything you want. So the first thing you need is a jar with a lid. And then I have a half cup of heavy whipping cream. And it needs to be heavy whipping cream because it has to have enough fat content for you not to have to shake it for an hour. Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to shake. So I'm pouring the whipping cream, oops, got some on the side there, into my jar. Oh, I'm just going to stop there. Put the lid on really tight. Make sure it's tight because you're going to shake. Then you're going to shake, 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 shake. So what's happening when you're shaking is that there are these super tiny membranes filled with fat molecules. And when you shake them, the membranes smash against each other and they break apart. The fat spills out and it clumps all together. And then there's the liquid that also remains. And you can actually hear this happen. When you shake it enough, you'll hear this plop. And it'll plop around and you can feel it. And then you'll hear like the water. Let me take my jar that's done. I hope you can hear that. There's the plop, 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 and then there's the water. And that's when you shake it enough. Now, takes about, with a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, it takes about 5 to 7 minutes to turn it into like whipped cream. I have a jar here where I shook it for 5 minutes, but of course it's a smaller jar, so there wasn't as much as a half cup in this. And then let me show you. There it is. There's the whipped cream. Ooh, yum. So you make whipped cream this way too, if you don't want to shake it all the way to butter. But once you get that stage, you're halfway there. So keep shaking for about 5 to 7 more minutes. Hear that plop and that of water. And you have, that plop was of course the butter, and the is the water that was released that separates from the fat. I'm going to pour that water. Well, actually, I call it water, but it's actually milk, like a buttermilk. I'm draining that off. Being careful because I want to see if I can get this butter out. Ah, it came out. So if you can see, there's the butter that was made by shaking. Now, what you want to do after you get this is you want to squeeze as much of the water out as possible. If you have like cheesecloth, that will help too. Squeeze it out, rinse it, and that's just so that microbes don't grow on it. But you do want to keep it in the fridge, and this is all nice and soft right now, but it will harden up in the fridge, and there it is. You made butter. So thank you for joining me. Make some butter for Thanksgiving, and then join me on next Monday, and I will be telling you Thanksgiving stories. Goodbye.